money.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
I did manage to make money.
That's as good as resting in my books.
So I guess from here, that's when I'll go rest. But anyway, let me take this time also and say a very good morning to you and welcome to the Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show. You know that Monday all the way through to Friday, but it's so funny how because I know
people find it weird to switch between my names.
And it's so funny. Because in many times but anyway, what do you have for us today?
Today is going to be us, of course, motivational Monday. One of my favorite days actually, because we're finding ways to motivate you as you start your week. Make sure that you have the right foot forward and bringing you all the information. So on my side, as usual, we will have an author and we're reviewing the book called A Valley of Shadow of Death. The Valley of Shadow of Death, right?
Okay.
You know how rock bottom will hit you, and then after rock bottom, the only way is to go up.
You rise.
Yeah, the only way is up. So making sure that there's a guideline or some way to learn from somebody's experience. How can I take the right steps to make sure that my life gets better from here? And what do you have on your side?
All right. For you to get fit with BPOMAS, bums and terms. You get fit with BPOMAS. In relationships, an issue Lala Aruzokeng, she cannot wait to hear this one.
Yes, I feel like it affects a lot of people, you know. With relationships, there's something called individuality. You know your own person, but some people, that line is very thin and a lot of people tend to cross it. So I think that conversation is not going to only be right for me, but it's something I always preach for people. So I'm waiting to hear what our guest has to say for us there.
Definitely. Maybe the Choppies Robertson hamper winner you bring copy of your ID. Your copy. Let's go and get fit with BPOMAS.
Over the past 30 years, we have been involved in many lives. We say thank you for trusting us to be your preferred medical aid provider. Most importantly, we want to thank the more than 82,000 principal members that have made us Botswana's #1 medical aid.
BPOMAS, Rikanze when the #1, ya Botswana botle.
Good morning. Welcome to Get Fit with BPOMAS, and my name is Biki. Today's workout, it's a flare workout. Can I get a bums and tums? Beam bums, tums, arms. Okay, so all we need right now is the hair and yourself, and that's it. Okay, so our first exercise is gonna be over here. So straight, your back straight, then your arms over here. So you're gonna kick back and forward, kick and back. Okay. So you're gonna give me 20 and 20. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, kick. 3, all the way. 4. Let's go. 5, 6, push. 7, let's go. 8, go. 1, 2, push it. 3, go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let's go. 10. And switch legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it all the way. Let's go. 1, 2, kick up. 3, 4, 5, let's go. 6, push it. 7, stay there. 8, 2 more, let's go. Now, give me 10 more, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 simple exercises. 7, let's go. 8, 9, 10. Okay, now right here, you're gonna give me push up, push it forward, and stay flat. Let's go. Not right here, push it forward. Your hip in, right here. Then you're gonna go all the way down and up. 4, 3, 2, go. Give me 20. 1, yes. 2, go. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go. 8, 1, 2, just bend your elbows. 3, 4, 5, lower your hip. 6, let's go. 7, push it. 8, we go. 9, that's 1. 10, relax. Okay, now, we're right here. Side, you're gonna go up and down. Then you hold. Okay, let's go for my heart. Right here, watch. I'm right here. 4, 3, 2, let's go. 1. This is your basic T, but if you can lift up your hip right here. Then you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, a bit of advance. 5, 6, let's go. 7, 8. Give me 8 more. 1. Remember, 2. You can still do it. Only 4, 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8. And switch. Legs. Let's go. I'm right here. You're gonna take it down right here. Then you're gonna go 1, 2. Okay. 4, 3, 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh. Relax. Then you stretch. Take it up. Stretch. Side and side and back. Right here. Switch. Let's go. And take it up. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. And see you guys tomorrow, same time. Okay. So if you missed today's session, we're going to be on my Facebook page. Then we're going to everything. Then you repeat all the exercises for 20 minutes to 30 minutes, 1 hour. That's it. Thank you.
People must when the number 1. Ya Botswana botle.
Madume ma tatamthari mo picking yen with tabona na karabo miske bosena mo tsa msameka ha so how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. You sound so exhausted.
Come on.
So I know.
It has a hectic weekend for me. I started working on Friday, the roller sorapa game Saturday, Sunday.
Franco, we know.
Yeah, I went for fill up. You know, the decisions
you at home, Karabo Hangama, but where there is Franco, you'll see Karabo.
I'll go. My guy, I left for a family.
Franco.
Oh, come on. For a family, I'll check out nine pekala. But anyway, you can let Jalo or Mamusiplo on Hotames, Hamako, Harang, Jalo athletics, the Talbella Jalo Hotel Botswana Association Bello, Banabay, Kurutamagna Bonem, and it's Jaloka Koma Halapa, Cricket Lebone, Honohuala Jalo, the Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari, Women T20 tournament, Rebele Jalo Samuka Coladinam, First Division Botswana Premier League, Samuka IDS TV finally, Kaiser Chiefs won I don't know after how long metshameko ya English Premier League ga mmogo jalo le Spanish La Liga me re simolola ka go lebella jalo Tshepiso Masalela one of the athletes we leng gore o kgone go iponna phatha jalo ka kwa Paris 2024 a ne a dira jalo his second appearance ele ya Diamond League o ka itsela gore re monye Tshepiso a hetsa jalo on the 11th spot a tabogile nako jalo ya 1.4727 seconds ele jalo Tshepiso Masalela ha re jalo mo go Tshepiso Masalela re lebella jalo tse dingwe tse leng gore di a diragala o ka itsela gore re bonye our relays team ya mella ele ba jalo ka ko Bahamas gore ka ko ba ile go tsenela jalo the world relays o ka itsela re stapa seo se le gore se tabo se teletse pele ke experience ya ga Isaac Makwala se le gore se teletse pele ke the experience ya ga Isaac Makwala gareng ga ba bangwe ba leng gore ba teng mo stopensene seo gona le ba tshamiki ba tshwana jalo le Tsile Tebogo gona jalo le ba tshamiki ba tshwana bo Colin Kibina Tshipi ke bangwe ba ileng gore ba teng mme hala ke go tsaya ka stopper seo ka itsela gore sena le ene le Tsile Tebogo gona a tswa ka Qualifica Athletics Club gona le ba ya Pondori a tswa ka Maun Track and Field Club Lungo Scotch o teng a tswa ka Maun Track and Field Club Busang Colin Kibina Tshipi a tswa ka Joneng Athletics Club Anthony Pasela a tswa ka Maun Track and Field Club gona jalo le Tumo Stagato Van Wyk a tswa jalo ka Sports View Runners Club Boitumelo Masilo kana Samachana ya ka re mmitsa a tswa ka Joneng Athletics Club Isaac Makwala a tswa ka Franciston Athletics Club ba tsama jana ile gore ga lebela how the season best has been bone ele ba borre mthaka they are ranging around 44.29 ke gona ka haleng gore ba ranja ka teng PB ya ga ba ya Pondori a tsamayana le 44.10 leng gore it is his season best me ga lebella ka go bomme gore go tsamaya bo mang gona le Lydia Jele a tswa ka UB Athletics Club o bakeng Kamberuka a tswa ka Maung gona le gale fele Moroko a tswa jalo ka Sports View Christian Botlogetswe a tswa ka Rapa gona le ke nna ka Batisani gona jalo le Nancy Buzani Motlatsi Rante ga mo jalo le Refilwe Murangi ke sone stapa se leng gore se meletse go le ba jalo ka the 2024 World Athletics Relays ka ko Bahamas se leng gore ba batla gore ba tswe kwa ba se iponetse ke gore ebe dithwapa tsothe ka bobedi bo mmele borre ebe ba kgone go iponna phatha jalo ka kwa metshamekong ya di Olympics le bella jalo ba 4x4 relay team le bella jalo ka the 4x4 women's relay team ga mmogo jalo le the mixed relays me ha re tsa mo go bone re lebella ka le khotela Botswana Softball Association ba ileng gore ba ne ba kopane jalo mahelo beke ano ka ko Mahalape ba ne ba tshware jalo the elective congress e go le gore kwa ile gore gona jalo le boeteledipele jo bosha ka le khotelo ne le la Botswana Softball Association ha le bella jalo gore gona mme ke bo mamba ile gore ba teng gone ka ko re bone jalo the new president Natirelo Mokokomane. It's not the first time that he will be leading softball o se tsa kila yetala pele ba mothopolla me ya nkio gape ba mmuseditse ene re Tirelo Mokokomane me ha le bella jalo gore ba bangwe ba ile gore ba teng gone ka ko gona jalo le tsweletse Jonas ele the vice president re motwetse thata ka ko lekgotel la bisa re Jonas me gompe go ke the vice president ka ko lekgotel la Botswana Softball Association secretary general ke Sami Molete ha treasure ene e santse le vacant o tsora lo gore di khantsa di treasurer go lebia jalo the qualifications and everything me ka itse le gore gona le the TDO e leng gore ene ke Romeo Tsalametsi CEO ke Justus Kuswane me ka the PRO ke Nozi Payet general manager north ba tlhalosa gore ke re ba ne Pilan ha le mo south ba tlhalosa jalo gore to be elected se se ne se iragala jalo ka mathatso ka ko Mahalape ya ka bone ba le khotela la Botswana Softball Association ba ne ba tshwere khuditama ga bone e bile go le dikgang ka stapa sa bo re se leng gore they have been denied the opportunity go le ka go lwela jalo go iponna phatha jalo ka ko the World Cup e tare mo bekeng ye ke a dumela my producer Mepoloko ta go tsamaela thata gore a ba bitse jone bone ba le khotela BCA re terute mo go bone gore ba solohetsa balatedi ba le khotela o eng le gone gore stapa sa rona se nne se tshwanetse go a go tsaya karolo jalo ka ko the world qualifications ba re what is the situation ha re tsaya mo go tsa softball re lebella ka go ba le khotela Botswana Cricket Association o ke tsela gore go ntse go tshware jalo the tournament mono gae e sa le mo bekeng ye hitileng tournament eo e ntse tsweletse jalo ka go Botswana Cricket Association ovals the Botswana Cricket Association Kalahari Women T20 tournament e leng gore e ne tsentse mahatse a le mane mahatse ao ile the host Botswana, Rwanda, Lesotho ga mmogo jalo le Mozambique mo tshameka le gore e ne e tshamekiwa jalo e le round robin nna ra bona lehatsa la Rwanda ba hetsa go godimo Botswana ba hetsa mo maemeng a bobedi Lesotho le Mozambique le tsone di hetsa ka tatelano yeo ra bona jalo le gore ya nong go lala gore who will be the champion of this tournament mosamko o no tsentse jalo position 1 and 2 kana in short Rwanda and Botswana me re bona jalo lehatsa la Botswana re khona go lathagela jalo by 8 wickets I mean, personally, I was kind of disappointed. It was a 20-over game. It was, 20 overs, and we only managed to register 27 runs. I mean, 27 runs in 20 overs. It was a little bit disappointing.
Way too less.
Very less. I mean, you can't register 27 runs and you expect in a tournament with the run it's a 27 and however Rwanda in this tournament they have beaten us 3 times we have played. Yeah.
So after this we usually get to say what they need to now go back to the drawing board and get to see what and then move forward from there because we learn from mistakes like I always say.
Well, okay. The Kalahari Women T20 tournament and sing is
definitely has been done in a short notice, but the first important point is we have to get the permission from BNSC, and BNSC has given the permission and they have done all the support to conduct the tournament also. After that, this is an ICC ranked tournament. Whoever wins and everything, that is counted as in the ranking of the teams. So Botswana definitely after winning the tournament, there's a good chance for us to at least improve the ranking. So thanks to ICC for approving the tournament also.
We've just come off another tournament in the All Africa Games again, so we are very much prepared because coming from that tournament, that competitive tournament as well coming here also is something that we were prepared for. And if you look at this squad again, we have dropped about 9 of the regular players, bringing in some new blood and some under 19 to see how well they can perform at this level. And they've shown it with the experience again of some the other senior players. Again, they've also shown how it is done. So I think that is very, very good for us to win this game.
I'm impressed with the players, the ladies. They did do well right from the beginning until the final. As much as we lost to Rwanda, there are lots of positive from the team. The way we bowled, the way we batted the previous games, our line of thinking, the game intelligence, it's coming up, and they are listening, they are adjusting. I think we have seen lots of under-19s in the team. That means a lot to the nation that we are trying to rebuild the team. And I'm impressed, like I said, good performance from the ladies, though we lost. No one enjoys losing, but lots of positives from them.
Okay, Babana jalo ba thopa mamero go bitsa re team of the tournament go le gore ba tshameki ba mono gae most of them ba khone go dira jalo that team of the tournament gare ga bone ele o ratile Kgeresi gona jalo le Lora Mophakedi. She is the captain of our team ba mothopile jalo gore in the captain ibile the wicket keeper of the team of the tournament o ka tsela gore re bone jalo Tuelo Shadrack le ene making the team pa kwa Mapotsane le ena nna mongwe wa ba ile gore bane ba thopia go nna team of the tournament re bone jalo go abilwe Matome a tswa mo Botswana le ene nna mongwe ba ile gore bane ba nna jalo mo team of the tournament o neile ke itsimang ga mmogo jalo le ba thalosa jalo gore the team coaches e tana jalo ene Steliti Moni wa Botswana ga mmogo le Leonard Nhamburu a tswa jalo ka kwa lehatse la Rwanda le sone se mo ka heleng gore sentse se diragala ka teng ka go Botswana Cricket Association. Artjelo go ba le khotela Botswana Cricket Association ya lebelle metshameko ya kgole ya dinao re simola jalo ka First Division North ya ka bonya metshameko e ta bokhutong moitsalo gore ha eta bokhutong yana re batla go itse gore who be gaining promotion re lebile jalo ka go First Division North, First Division South me gape le gone gore ke manyona le sebaka sa go ipanna jalo go a go tshameka jalo ka go di playoffs ha lebala metshameko ne tshamekiwa over the weekend motho pasa choka gore ba ira ka tselentseng jang o ka tsela re ba bonye ba tshameka jalo maleka stapa seo sa motakase ba tshameka jalo maleka a 0-0 makungulu peswa ene kopane jalo le mbalaka lengwe ke dithapa tsa metsote ka bobedi and I'm glad they drew ba tshamekile maleka 2-2 gana ga mtshameko ya mengwe ne tshameko ya ne re bona jalo calendar stars le motakase ya ka ke thalosa ba tshameka maleka lefela mtshameko ya mengwe ne le 10 re bona jalo stapa sa green lovers ba fengwa ke Piliko United ka no elengwe go lefela me megara ra bana jalo stapa sa Pixel Makers ba tshameka maleka 1-1 le Santa Green mtshameko mongwe no le 10 re ne re bona stapa sa BR Highlanders ba fengwa ke tsa bothe ka no elengwe go lefela me motsameko mongwe Chadibe ba fenya jalo stapa sa Sankoyo Bushbucks ka notse pedi go eleng ngurungu ba fentso jalo ka notse pedi go elengwe etare mo tsila ka mosoro go tsamaile re go bolela jalo gore gone mediloko tsa bone DM ka tselentsinyang ha re tso jalo ka go First Division North re le ba mo First Division South go dithapa tsa gago di tshamekile ka tselentsing jane re bona stapa sa City Pola ba fenyete sa ngau ka notse pedi go lefela mo Tene Fighters ba ne ba fenya stapa sa Black Forest ka notse pedi go elengwe tloko United e fengwa ke no Flamingo Santos ka no elengwe go lefela notwane ba khonne go ithothora le role makete banna ba fentse stapa sa Prisons ka no tse pedi go lefela Extension Gunners bana ba fenya mochudisana Chiefs ka tse pedi go lefela UB Hawks bana ba le ka ko VTM ko ba fengwa jalo ke stapa sa Young Stars ka no elengwe go lefela jalo mo go bone re lebella bo mogolo a bone gore bone bana ba ira jang over the weekend okay jalo re gone go tshameka it was a full fixture it all started on Friday at the National Stadium kolore stapa sa Township Rollers bana ba mogetse jalo stapa sa Rapa United stapa sa ma Palestina bana se tseke Mbatsi Elias Miss Steven Sebanda ano setsa stapa sa Rapa United go tshameka maleka a 1-1 on Saturday metshameko eo ya tswela pele gana ga metshameko e le gore Botswana Television ine le ka Kolobatsa Sport Complex re go tisetsa motshameko wa stapa sa Security Systems ya ka ne ba fanya stapa sa Traffic ka notse pedi go lengwe Traffic ba la thagala motshameko wa bobedi ka tatalano ba le ka ko Selebe Phikwe majombolo ba ikesa mo le rolling ba le ba fanya stapa sa Flamingos ka tse tharo go elengwe phenyo ya dinotse tharo go elengwe ka tatalano mara ga gore ba fenya jalo stapa sa Traffic morupule mo 6 points ane samekala ka Kopalape bana ba fenya Holy Ghost ka no elengwe go lefela ha Masitauka bana ba fengwa ke BDF 11 ka no elengwe go lefela mo tsilama ba ne ga nna le metshameko e nne gore ne tshamekiwa gareng ga yone tetabile pele ga ke tsara mo tsilama ba ne a rute jalo ba katisi ba stapa sa Security Systems ha mo go jalo le stapa sa Traffic re uto mo go mo simpote ka Koniko United ga Mandla Mpofu wa Swa Flamingos gore mna ba ikuto ya morago ga diphenyo le ditathegelo
how we lebelela it's a team that built from defense, so we deny them that. We worked so much the whole week a long ball, and that long ball we resort to a low block, and that low block we know that our two guys central defense they will nod it back, then we win second ball, then we start from there, we construct and counter pressing.
I must say well done to the boys, and they did their best. You know, it's football at times, if it's not a day, it's not a day, but overall I'm not happy with the results, but I'm happy with the performance of the team. Because getting to 31-33 was going to give us a very good advantage to survive the relegation.
I guess I gave me first half. So when we came into the second half, we very intensity and then we managed to get a goal. But from there, that's lapse of concentration, and then we were punished.
It was a roller coaster. You look at the chances that we missed. Like I said, we are a team that wants to dominate play. Regardless of who we are playing, and it's evident of what we have been displaying. Yeah, it's a work in progress. We'll miss those chances. They are young boys, and we can't be too hard on them. We can only encourage them not to be shy to create those opportunities. The most important thing in football is the creation of the chances.
Loba katisi ba ditapatsa Swa Flamingos Tiko United Security Systems ha mo go jalo le matšhe menyenga mo tsela ma bane metshameko ewe be tsweletse pele garang ga metshameko Gane ka Kolobatsa Sport Complex ka lo stapasa Police 11 ba ba mathateng a sengana ka sepe ba ne ba fengwa ke Johnny Galaxy ka nno tse pedi go elengwe Matebele ba fengwa ke Gaborone United ka nno tse pedi go elengwe ha 11 Angels ene fengwa ke stapasa VT a mokatse tharo go elengwe a ruto jalo ba katisi Nelson Ulibile wa Police 11 le morana ra mo re budi le mokatisi wa stapasa Johnny Galaxy.
You can't falter these boys. You know, they gave their best shot. The plan was there. They executed. It's only that first half, we exploited those spaces, the timing of runs, timing of passes. I think we had a chance. We had an opportunity, especially first half, that we should have at least got a lead. Look at the goal that we conceded after scoring first on transition. That how we planned. Look at how we defended again. But I think second goal, we gave them away, though I still want to look at it because I thought Cicinho was ahead with some inch, which I believe is an offside. Okay, I can't blame these guys. But other than that, we got distorted, especially when we considered the second goal. That's why now there are a lot of, you could see now.
Honestly, we should give credit to the players. We are leading the league with 10 points because of their efforts. They are working very hard. They came back again today from 1-0. They managed to score the two beautiful goals. The aggression and the confidence they showed today, I think, gave us the positive results. To be honest, I think we had a very good game plan. We knew that the back four will sit deep. So obviously, even if you want to get the space behind, the distance is very narrow. You're not going to get the space behind. So the more you touch and play in front of them, that's when you're going to play better. So it's exactly what we did. We played Gaucho more in an awkward position today. Say, don't sit deep, but try to come into the corridors. So that's what we needed, so that they come and give us the space behind. Exactly what we wanted.
This weekend, we are taking a little bit of break from the Premier League. We're focusing on the FA Cup, but all of that, we'll deal with it a little bit, later during the week. Champions League, the CAF Champions League, we have two teams. Stapasa ES Tunis stapasa Mamelodi Sundowns bafanya Mamelodi stapasa stapasa ES Tunis bafanya stapasa Mamelodi Sundowns kano elungo go lefela on aggregate bafanya 2-0 stapasa Al Ahly bafanya TP Mazembe ka tse tharo go lefela se se ra gore ES Tunis. Just leave experience alone. ES Tunis will be playing Al Ahly in the finals. The first leg jalo ka di 18 tsa May, me second leg is tshamekwa ka di 25 tsa May. Ha re bela metshameko ya CV Premiership and tshamekwa jalo over the weekend of Makosi, they know how a win tastes like. Bolidi they're happy. Stapasa sa Kaizer Chiefs bana ba fanya stapasa Passport United ka no tse pedi go elengwe. Stellenbosch ne fanya Polokwane City ka no tse thano go lefela AmaZulu. Bana ba fanya stapasa Chipa United ka no tse pedi go elengwe me motsila ma bana ga ranga metshameko ne tshamekiwa. Le bana stapasa Orlando Pirates ba fanya stapasa Royal AM ka no tse nne go lefela ha Cape Town City ne tshameka maleka 1-1 le Golden Arrows. Re tswa mo go tsa South Africa le bella the English Premier League gore dithapo tsa gago di tshabikile ka tsenentseng jang sethapo sa West Ham bana ba tshamyane bana ba tshameka maleka 2-2 le Liverpool ha Newcastle bana ba fanya stapasa Sheffield United ka tse thano go elengwe Manchester United ba tshameka maleka 1-1 le Burnley Fulham ba tshameka maleka 1-1 le Crystal Palace Aston Villa le Chelsea di tshameka 2-2 Everton e fanya Brentford ka no elengwe go lefela Wolves ne fanya Luton Town ka no tse pedi go elengwe matsela ma bane metshameko ya be sa le tse pele gareng ga tse dingwe the London Derby le bana stapasa Tottenham Hotspur ba fengwa ke Arsenal ka no tse pedi go tse tharo Nottingham Forest fengwa ke Manchester City ka tse pedi go lefela ha stapasa Bournemouth bana ba fenya Brighton ka no tse tharo go lefela gara gore garela ka go lebela jalo tsa Spanish La Liga ne re bana jalo gareng ga metshameko ne tshamekiwa stapasa Real Betis ba tshameka maleka 1-1 le Sevilla Villarreal ine fenya stapasa Rayo Vallecano ka no tse tharo go lefela Granada ine e fenya jalo Sasuna ka tse tharo go lefela ha Cadiz ne fenya ba tshameka maleka 1-1 le Mallorca Real Madrid ke itse le gore le bone ke bangwe ba leng gore ba kgonne go fenya jalo motshameko wa bone wa mahelo beke ano ile jalo tsone tsa Spanish La Liga ha re ga letsa motshameko motho a ka The NBA playoffs are on, and the Phoenix Suns have been knocked out by Stapasonesa Minnesota out of the playoffs. Very interesting.
So ka tsela ntse jalo a re tswelele thulaganyo ya gago ba morato ya Dumela Botswana breakfast show. Me gona I know gore tla tsana mo Discover Botswana, but before I was gonna go Discover Botswana, I want to ask you this because you are the one or the face behind Discover Botswana. Gore in all these places that you've been to, which one was more adventurous?
I think Kwadiwa was very adventurous for me. Yeah, obviously I love the food. I think it was the experience of I've recently started finding a nice hobby which is called birding. Southern birds of Southern Africa, where you write down which type of birds you saw, which location. So I got into
English.
I was taught it by my English teacher. He was from Liverpool. So he took me out on my first birding when we were camping, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. We do because people just want to see the big wildlife. So Kwadiwa was one of it had the wildest range of birds.
Shooting.
Yeah, go around 2 hours. That was
because this is what happened. She had like a big bruise. Have you healed though?
I healed. I haven't healed emotionally because I used to shoot a lot. Then I stopped for years. So so I got pinda food. Let's go again. Let's go try it.
You'll go again. But right now, Hareko Kwadiwa, Mutsatsila Kumpena Ratsa Maraka ko Lions Park. Let's do this.
Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show in partnership with Nkawana Adventures bring you Discover Botswana, where we go around and explore the beauty of this magnificent country, and we bring it all to you. We'll be checking out some of the cool stuff here as they let us know about all the fun rides and the awesome rides that are available to you. But also one of my favorite things that I'm very excited about is checking out the lions today. Stay tuned to find out how you and your family can have some fun under the sun at Lion Park Resort. Joining me now is Kelly from Sales, who's about to tell me what else you can find here at Lion Park Resort, apart from the slides and the rides.
We also host school trips.
Kelly, there's more to Lion Park than what meets the eye. It's not just the rides and the slides. There's also a lot of packages that you and your family or your friends can come see. Also corporate packages for the government too. So if you're looking for your next Christmas party, look no further. Lion Park Resort is here. We'll go check out the rides right now and find out what rides are there and which one I can actually fit in and have fun on. All right now I am on the Star Dance, and I can say I'm a star dancer right now. And I am with Victor, my new friend, who's going to tell me all about the rides and the slides that they have here at Lion Park Resort.
We have a variety of rides in Lion Park. So we cater for kids, we cater for families. At the entrance there we have the train, that is for a female ride. We have the big wheel, that is a female ride. Here we have a star dance that allows anybody who's above 1.3 meters. Back there we have the swings. The swings has a high speed that allows for people who are more than 1.3. Those who are less than 1.3, we give them a slow speed on the swings. And we have the elephants for kids now who are less than 1.3 meters. We have cups and sauces right there. which cater also for kids who are less than 1.3 meters, and the cars, which we call them Charlie Go Go, which are for kids who are less than 1.3 meters. We have an intermediate slide, which is for older people. We have a kiddies pool also, that is the slides. We also have a ride that side, the roller coaster. We have a ride that side also called the Daredevil. It's for everyone. The roller coaster, everyone who is above 1.25 is allowed to go on the roller coaster. Here in Las Park, we are saying, come and have fun with us.
Right here at Love Park Resort. I'm very excited to go on the Star Dance. I think after this, I'm going to try the big wheel. I'm not going to go on the Gwazi. It sounds a little scary for me, but I'm sure if you are an adventure seeker, that one is exactly what you need to just, chill your bows up a bit. After this, we're going to check out the lions. I am so excited, but I'm also a little scared. But I'm very excited to see this. So let's go check out the lions. Behind me, we have one of the most spectacular animals to ever walk the African sands. We have the beautiful king of the jungle and queen. Her name is Naledi, and they are the lions of Lion Park Resort. And we have the beautiful guide and handler and best friend, I would say. Don is with me here. What would you say to bagolo le bana ba ba ka tlang go bona diphologolo tse dintletse?
Nka rotloetsa mongwe le mongwe ra gore a tle go itisa le rona ba tle go bona ditau ba itumela ebile ha ba tsena gape ke tlo ba kentse ke ba fa dithuto ka tau gore tau ke phologolo ntseng yang e behavior yang gape tau ba bangwe ba akanya gore ke phologolo re nna ntse ile aggressive yala all the time bona gore e ketlile e robetse yang ke dilo tse leng gore di monate le gore ka di bona kwa mo Lion Park.
I did go on the Gwazi. No, I didn't. I was too scared to go on it. But I did go on the big wheel, which was quite fun. And if you are an animal lover and you've never seen a lion before, this is your chance to come be up close and personal with them, with a guide to tell you all about the lions. We also got to see how there's so many lifeguards around, making sure that your children are safe. And also the conductors of all the rides are always there, making sure that you and your children are safe. What I like the most is for children and adults, there are very shaded areas where your child there, you're in a shaded area, you can braai. If you don't want to braai, you can buy the food in the restaurant and quite enjoy yourself the whole time. There is also a bar area which caters for all. So I think it's an all-round fun place to be, where everybody gets to have something to do. I thoroughly enjoy myself, but as you know, all good things do come to an end. And as we started here, we do end here. We're about to go on the final ride, which is the train. It's going to be a fun ride.
Tshwareskara dia sebaka re tswele thulaganyo ya gago ya Dumela Botswana breakfast show ka go tsena mo pisong ya rena ntlha mo tsatsi lone la mosupologo mme gona ka kwano ke na le Mezanele Gabante Sialo e leng gore ene is a marriage therapist ya ka re tla be re bua ka codependency mo di relationship ya tsa rena ka go harologana. Zanele, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well.
Are you well?
I'm well.
That's good. A re buela ka wena pele hela gore wena o tswa go kae megone?
I'm from a village called Shoshong. I do live in Gaborone, Gaborone West.
Okay.
I'm nearly 40.
Okay.
I'm a counselor. I'm from Batuleti TV on Facebook and Batuleti Trust on TikTok.
Okay.
Yes.
What exactly do you do when you go Batuleti Trust?
I'm a counselor, general life issues.
Okay.
But more passionately relationships, marriages, and childhood issues.
Lovely.
Yes.
I know re bua ka codependency in relationships. I get a re tlhalose codependency e be re bua gape re tlhalosa relationships before re tla go tlhalosa in relationships.
Well, codependency is a psychological aspect of somebody wholly depending on somebody else. It could be their partner or family, etc., for validation, self-worth, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
All right. And when we talk about relationships, what type of relationships they know ke batla ro ha o tlhalosa ro tlhalosa ka Setswana so that motho go lapeng a khone go utlwa le ena kere no ya no re bua hela ka relationships gore ha re bua ka relationship re bua ka eng. Are we talking about relationship ya batho ba o tshela le bone hela generally a ke mangwana go a ke nkuku a go a ke mang kgotsa re bua ka relationship tsa di couple?
Since I believe that the focus today is around relationships, but it can also be codependency on family or whoever it is that you may rely on for validation and self-worth. Yes.
All right. And what are the key signs tse leng gore di teng tse leng gore di indicator kgotsa di a supa gore motho ona there is an element of codependency within this particular aspect of relationship, Aaron?
A few examples are somebody who has very low self-esteem, somebody who cannot independently make decisions on their own unless their partner first validates it and puts them in a position where they feel like I am right to be thinking like this in the first place. Yes, and also somebody that might have a history of neglect, emotional wounds, trauma, and things like that. Yes.
And what are some of the dangers that are associated with having codependency in relationships or you seeking validation? Ke batla re etsa in two aspects. Go re we etse mo aspecteng ya nna we leng gore ke codependent mo mothong le nna we leng gore I am forever giving to this particular person we leng gore codepends on me.
I believe that if you are overly dependent on somebody else, you will never really truly know or discover your self-worth because it's always dependent on somebody else assuring you that indeed you are who you are. And what it also causes is that it's going to cause a loss of identity. So I believe that also limits somebody from personal growth, because how can you grow when you don't even know who you are to begin with? Yeah.
And when do I know what this is just too much?
It becomes too much when now your personal growth is limited, when you become overly frustrated and due to the fact that you are living for somebody else, because that also comes with sacrificing oneself. So therefore you're going to resent your partner or whoever this person is because they're not meeting your needs, because you've not expressed to them. You're only focused on what they want, what they need, and how to make them happy, and not meeting your own needs.
Should I say words like self-identity, self-worth, and all of that? So what I want to know is, how do I then get to address these issues?
The best option for somebody that is not even aware of what they have, which is codependency, would be for them to involve themselves in therapy, a professional that is specialized in codependency issues, so that they may first of all identify the issue that they have and then take it from there, because I believe that it's not something that you'd have the right tools or techniques on how to survive that or know how to go from there. Yes.
And one other issue is, how do we get to cultivate this culture mo baneng ba ileng gore ba tla ko tlase gore ba gole ba itse gore yes, you can depend on somebody, but there will come a point then gore you need to be firm and be on your own?
I think it's mostly dependent on what that person does as far as personal growth is involved, because this should come up if you are pursuing personal growth, on how to stand on your own, how to have personal things that you are pursuing, like goals, ambition, and things like that. I believe that through therapy especially is when the counselor is going to discover that you have codependency issues, and so therefore they're going to address it and make you face that, especially when you lack awareness that you have it to begin with. Yes.
Can a relationship end because you're depending on somebody too much? Maybe they're feeling the weight?
Oh yes, even a divorce, because at the end of the day, how long are you going to exist for and not truly living, because you're only living to validate another person and pursuing whatever it is that they're
who's
pursuing.
validating you in the end when as a person?
Yes, but this validation is very limited because your only goal is to support them in whatever it is they're doing in life as far as growth is concerned.
And we have this relationship still, it's more like you are always giving to this person and they're on the receiving end.
Yes.
But
people-pleasing codependency, because deep down you know that you have needs, you have things that you must say to this person. Why am I the only one that always gives, always overcares, always does 1, 2, 3 for you, and I never get anything from you? So I believe that it comes from this codependency thing, because you're not focused on yourself. It'll be good for you to also care about what it is that you need instead of just focusing on the other person, because they're happy for sure, because they communicate what they need from you and you're delivering it. But when it comes to yourself, you neglect yourself.
You can date somebody who doesn't have ambition in life, who's just living.
Well, then I guess it will be very easy to not immediately notice that you are somebody that is codependent, but somebody that you are dependent on will most of the time enable your behavior, because it's enjoyable to be looked after. But I do also believe that that person will notice that it's always about them. It's like the world and the relationship, marriage only revolves around them and not the other person. So then what is the partnership all about? Is there even a partnership if the two of you are not meeting each other's needs or wants in the relationship? Yeah.
And what are some of the strategies or techniques that you can employ as couples? We have a healthy, balanced relationship, codependence.
Like I said, sometimes both of them, or one of them, especially the one that's codependent on the other, is not even aware. So the biggest thing in life generally is for somebody to first of all become aware that I have this codependency issue, and then after that try to highlight, like become fully aware of what to do. I don't want to be like this. I've been feeling this resentment that I'm not getting fulfilled. I'm not being supported. I'm not being heard or seen. So then, like I said earlier on, I think through reading or a counselor, I think a counselor would be much more effective, because then there would be a dialogue regarding this matter, this weakness that you have. And if you are to overcome it, you will need professional and psychological, emotional support. Yes.
And if it's not treated?
If it's not treated, most likely there might be a breakdown of the relationship, because you may not be able to know that this is a thing, but you are going to feel very neglected, very empty, because you are in pursuit of somebody else's happiness. So that's what I believe will grow each other, because you're going to, inside of you, there's going to be that lack and that need to seek validation, or to seek somebody that says you also matter. So you need to also focus on your independent relationship and your personal growth, and getting what it is that you need, and communicating those things to somebody that you're in a relationship with.
And the affirmation, can they help also?
Oh yes. Oh yes, because you're convincing your subconscious mind that you matter, that you count, that you are loved, and that you must give yourself love before you give it to anybody else, because how would you even know if you yourself are starving yourself of this love?
When was the last time you did affirmations?
I do think about them a lot, but I don't think I practice them on myself often enough. Although when I do feel sort of down, that's what I immediately rush to, because it's very important. Those things are very important for everybody's mental health, because you need somebody to constantly remind you what you are, and that you are worth it, and that you are loved, and you're the most beautiful thing ever. Yes.
But also a self-reminder is also important, to know how you matter as an individual in your own world before you can confirm it or affirm me. So I think
I need to believe it first, and if I believe it, it's because it works for me as well. Yes.
And why do you think in many times people but that it's the relationship there is nothing saying somebody can get in it?
I think it comes from just seeking external validation and for somebody to convince you that you're worth it, even though I believe that a part of it is that you struggle with self-worth, you struggle with valuing yourself and treating yourself as such. So, yeah.
Okay. And how do they get hold of you?
I am on Facebook, Batsuletsi Trust, and on TikTok, Batsuletsi TV.
Yeah.
And +267 7607 4915.
That number again.
7607 4915.
All right. Get that hot on about word of the day. Okay.
Right.
All right. Kola peng like hona ka pisara na ile gona gore tla go bikutlong mme shortly after this re tla beratsa marako khasinya la dikhangela ntlha sa sila gompeno e dikgang ka temerna ya Setswana. So I want Zanele gore be le gore go ha the word of the day that will be taking us to the news. Please, my lady. Look at that camera and do.
Remember that self-love is the ultimate sacrifice you can ever give to yourself, and mental health is a very serious thing. Remember to invest in it so that before you become anything to anybody, you yourself are covered as far as love and self-worth is concerned. Thank you.
tsena jalo ka thamallo mo go tsa metshameko ya kankile ka go tlhalosetsa kgante jana gore tare ha re bua be ke na le bayeng ba be ba tswa jalo ka go le khotella bothesa go le mmalonyana tse leng gore di ne di diragala ka go le khotelleo harang ga tse dingwe ne ba tshwere jalo the annual general meeting mme bile gape bana jalo le the bothesa championships mme go ta go utwa jalo ka ditiragalo tse pedi tseo ka ga sengwe le sengwe se tsamaileng ka teng ta ke se baka se ke se be ka mogale jalo mo etele dipele wa le khotela bothesa ke ba jalo ke re go rapetse setlhare re setlhare madimang khonne.
Very good morning to you, Miss K, and your listeners, Miss.
Right, so how no some going to get a no and I get the public relations officer, Gagolo Hotel, Cuba, Carre, Butumile, Obonet, Robonet, Madume.
Dumela Miss K.
Lete. Right. I just want to let you look at that. It's my jewels, this Divo talk about another match, you know. I just want to let the rest of the annual general meeting, Yalo, Nahore. Le Carre, on the day of the AGM, how did everything roll out?
Totala AGM a rona e tsamaile sente se se itumedisang ke gore maloko a rona bana ba tile mme hela ngwa ya tsene re ditetse tse di konokono e ne le go thopa e ne le go thopa di member tsa executive committee tse pedi ba ne le gore maloba ha rena le dithopo di positions tsa tending di le vacant bon the zonal coordinator wa north le student rep o ne le gore o na ithopelwa ke maloko gone kwa gora a represent bana ba sekolo mo committee ya executive committee.
Le how kare gongwe tsamaile sente me le simolotsa jalo not on a very good note e le gore ga le forme quorum. What is the problem with, you know, Bothesa and its members? Because from what I have picked from some of the members is that there are a lot of grievances.
Yes, totala matshwenyega a maloko a rona ke gore tota ga ba bone support ntsi mo di ministry bogolo yang thata bone ba dikolo tsa the public institutions e leng gore ba under ministry ona wa tsa thuto. Most of them budget e tela ba sa hi budget a gore ba khone go romella bana ba le bantsi go ta go participate mo di activities tsa Bothesa, including gona go attend di AGM. Ya no jaaka itse gore maloko a rona o ketsegile ke one ne le gore ne le challenge e go godimo gore gantsi nyana ithela khorama a rona re sa kgone go reach selelo se se tona se tswa go brigade institution ga bana budget ya tsa metshameko mo e leng gore go a tswenya ba sokola hela thata including our private institution se mo se sa re thoba e tsamaitso mme hela mo ka constitution ya rona ka incha re rola out tota hela ke ngwa dio tse re di iponetseng gore ga re sa reach quorum gona le gore re boele go dikolong tsa rona re sa nna le meeting ke gore after 3 hours e be meeting o tswella to save cost for the institutions.
Pele ke go boela re botumile ne le tshware jalo the competitions tsa lona go ngela ka re tsa ka ha ile gore tsone di tsamaile ka teng wena ke taba thata o focus mo go tsone di competition tsa ija mo tse tsa ke rest head on.
With competitions, I would say everything went well. Our students managed to come to participate, and the numbers that were there, they were very, very well, like they were pleasing because the just only competitions when qualify with the numbers that they have qualified. There are 13 so far, of which is a number that is very good. And they were represent Botswana Botesa go South Africa game is a cooks.
During this championship.
Yes, in terms of assisting our students to come and participate. Only a handful given Basa Honang Hota, Mihela Bunti Bakone, I would say 90% of Baneba qualify Bakone Hota who participate. The Zagre Honemokabuhone, Baba Nimbasas Komara or Basa Hona Sabana Hotaquan. Next time, Lewan Bata, one or Babanga in Sabana, because Canaba qualify good zone, Lebason Bateba, but represent their schools in the championship. Our basin, the Mihela, that's one of the challenges that we've realized in terms of this our championship year on.
You are like an arrest, Harry, we are guarding grievances still on her member. As much as we are mentioning the fact that the not happy with the ministerial roles and everything, some of them are not really happy with the leadership. A lot of things were cited at the AGM. The fact that for a very long time there was no treasurer, and all of a sudden there is a treasurer, delegation and everything. Just take us through, some of what the members are not really happy about with regard to the leadership ya Botesa.
Yes, totala generally Botesa make super gore jaaka CEO a simolotse a ra kholar le Botesa is one of the association is doing very well in terms of applying good principles of governance. Ke ngwe le gore maloko a rona ba sa rata thata ibile ba sa tla ba sa ipitika monwana gore tota hela re dira dio ka tsamaiso, despite the fact that in any organization a go nke go nna le di gray areas which needs to be attended to. Medingwe tse nne ba di tshwaetse tse leng gore kana o ka gakologela gore mo bogautshwaneng ne re sa tswa go measure the two entities, the old Botesa and Bopsa. Meala gore ano we have to go tlhodumela dibuka tse tsotlhe re le Botesa every year we present audited financials. Jaanong se se diragetseng ke gore re audita tse dikgologolo tsa Bopsa e be re audita tse dikgologolo tsa Botesa mo e leng gore ne le tiro e ntsi e ne thoka nako me ra khona go di hetsa. Yaanong there is only a report one e setseng mme hala ngwe tse e leng gore ba ne ba sa itumela ka tsone jaaka o tshwetse ke tsa khora kana meeting it was substantive AGM khora menge be nile ka December maybe re disayana re postponela to this year ga ba itumela ka mabaka gore there is no good financial support from the ministries, not katsamaiso ya Botesa. Tota the reason why we've been able to protect the sponsorship sa FNB is many years since 2018. Kidio ka har tsamaisan dio ka te. Mehala like any other organization ha sengwa se sa tsamaiseng internal in terms of the finances. E ka tswela a re se re be go jelo madi. Di procedure di sa tsamaisiwa sente. Re make sure gore ra correct ra bankanya gore re ithulaganye either is the president ka moso either is the vice president ka moso asa di radio dingwe sente re tshwanetse re make sure gore that portfolio owner re mo supentsha gore phoso e dirileng ke be re correcta e be re tswella pele.
It's been quite some time since the two organizations merged. The rest tarmto ai putsa dipotso di le mmalwa gore bone ba Bopsa rile ha bata go go lona you know, didn't they like clean the slate first, and then it's now it is your responsibility to go and clean by then. Meanwhile, by then you are not really into, you know, the running of that particular organization.
Yes, transition it's anako maitso. It's not tota hela senka se go bolelela re tsamaya sente hela ka plan a rona gore I think by next year and we'll be cruising. It takes time because when two entities di measure tota di tsamaiso ka bontsi a grebe di ne di sa tshwana. Now we are in one organization. We are one entity. That's the expectation. Going forward, next year, we are beginning to settle.
In terms of your competitions, one may want to know what's next.
Our selection for the student who will be going, but other courses they've been selected because some of course we don't have to select because we are going to use the rankings in terms of both tennis, table tennis, but the only codes they are selected they are traditional codes because we need to have all the participation across the institution. And then after that, and we have
what are the cooks again?
The cooks again the 7 to the 12th July because South Africa, Pretoria, and then the other thing we are going to send our team here chess go Uganda. June. So we have other activities that line up in between. They need to participate on more on. And the good thing about that time, most of our institutions they were dealing more research, but they were more breaking. Now we have much of our time to
in terms of member involvement and everything, how do you guys intend to, you know, go forward? Sponsors, retainment of sponsors and all of that?
Currently, we are in negotiations in terms of sponsorship for renewal. This upcoming month. Already started our negotiation, even our activities. National Stadium. The event was well packaged, spot on. So our sponsor is really happy and increasing our participation. We are recruiting many members to Botesa. Seasonally members in charge about 2, isn't it, Rabutumi? And the plan is to have 2 more members, institutions like GIPS to join Botes. Again, many activities. We will be taking our teams to Uganda this upcoming June. Chess, rugby, France. There is more participation. We are trying to open more opportunities for our teams as the association.
Anything besides what you have already mentioned?
It's just to mention that some of our students, they are being recognized. We have one Kemi now Badisani. She's part of the team Ilenko Bahamas, Nanza Tabohama Abani, and Ranalike Lesohon to Singapore. She was part of the team in Ileko Cook ba maloko ba bona gore nya mme bo theta tse ile ka go direla bana le bona they are taking hands on ba bata gore le bona ba ipone ba le kopele ga se bone ba ba bantsi tota ba le bangwe ba santse ba le teng mo di national team ba ntse ba tsena. They are not far off. Ke tsa ke re gone mo ka bone re ka re nya mme re tsamaya sente re gata sente mme ga go enough. It's never been enough, but hela mme ke tsa ke re on that note re ta bona bana ba rona le bone ba ntse ba tsena mo di national team ka bontsi.
No, we are just the support, you know, the institutions are not really getting more, especially by Mitsamiko. And by the time we were speaking about the private institutions, so the leadership of these institutions to show them the importance of having, you know, organizations like Botesa. How far with that, and how was the response, if at all you guys managed to, you know, visit the leadership of these institutions?
We had engaged with the management of the institutions, including the ministry, like Botswana level DSD. but there is no improvement. So we'll continue engaging and making follow-ups to ensure that these issues are addressed, because it's the responsibility of the institution to ensure that the students that are supporters as that are supported as the main customer. Ke ra go re ta tswela re di follow up maitso
ha re kgaogana gongwe mahoko a go abogelwa a ya jalo go bana ba lona ba ileng gore ba tsa karolo mo metshamekong ya Botswana re tla le bona leng le ya ka ko North. Anything for North before you guys leave for Cooksa Games, Uganda Chess, France Rugby?
The technical team will share the schedule go dira yang the selection, but on that bana ba rona le bone ke tsa kere ba ntse ba dira sente gape. Just to mention the other two, we had two students Tebo Meping, he's the best na ile re mo ko Fisu, and then we have Tebo Dumela Botswana. She was retaining the title ya the best overall student. Ke tsa ke go mo this has been by Lord that are spread across the country. Ke tsa ke le bone tshwanto re bone gore ba ra dumela dikolo tse tse di khakala go le bone ba kgone go bona gore nya mme this Botswana ke a rona rotlhe ga se a bana ba ba leng ka kwanoela mo ditoropo. With that technical team it a share le rona gore nya mme going forward ra go dira yang gore kgone go address all the other issues le tebe di sale se go morao.
Bon khonne ke le lebogile restare. Good luck with the negotiations of sponsorship. Hopefully, FNB will continue sponsoring you guys. Good day. Right.
Thank you very much.
Right. Kine ki buisa na jalo le maloko a le kgota la Botswana ba ileng gore over the weekend ba ne ba tshwere jalo the annual general meeting ya ka no jalo mo tere dipelo le kgota le ki ba jalo ka re ko rapetse star ne se the annual general meeting hello e leng gore o no tshegeditswe the competitions then ndile ka ko national stadiums o tile ka ko national stadium o tile jalo the public relations officer ba le kgota le ki ba jalo ka re butumile o bonetse a nna lo yana re kgagana ka tselentseng jalo mo tsatsing la mosupolo gore ba re kopana gape mo tsatsing la ka moso ke bira karabo Miss until tomorrow.
Lush green, pristine and serene. The breakfast show decided to take a breather from the city, and we are all the way calling Tauko Lion Rock Farms, where it's all about farming, camping. They also have the most beautiful landscape, and that's exactly what caught our eye, making our way here to see what they have in store for us. How to bring your farm to life, make it green and beautiful, as you can see behind me. I got to walk around for a bit, and I saw a couple of fruit trees, banaledi lemons. They've got even olives, which was very interesting to me. They also have apples and guava trees, but also I know I'm a lover of trees. I even have a phone app that teaches me how to find the coolest trees in the vicinity. Beautiful petunias, some succulents, and a lot more. But we're going to find out from the farm manager in just a bit. Her name is Pauline Mompati. We'll be with her in a bit to find out what more they have to offer from this farm, but also how they upkeep it and make it as beautiful as you can see it.
Resistance by the people, struggle must let victory by African heroes. Africa, my motherland, they're free at last.
For one to have these breathtaking views, a lot has gone into upkeeping this beautiful farm. But joining me right now is the farm manager of Lion Rock Farms, Pauline Mompati. How to upkeep such a beautiful farm, where it came from and where it's going.
Loni ya rona e bidiwa LM grass. Ke loni e leng gore yone ka bo yone ya spread e be kgona cover area ra ye ntsi mo nakong e khutshwane gape ke lone e leng gore ha e khathiwa e sala e ntse e patagane e le intact e kgona gore e withstand bokete ba ka ha e gatiwang ka teng mo mo grassing re na le mostly the succulent plant tse leng gore tsone re di thopile ka mabaka gore they can withstand a harsh condition, more especially during nako ya the winter, and also again the water requirement ya teng ga e ko godimo unlike the crop tse dingwe.
Ke a utlwa gape ha re ntse re ne re tsamaya jaana o mpontsha ground covers. Can you tell me the difference between the ground covers and the grass, le gore why le dirise grass yena le ha le tsentseng di ground covers ke le ne le di tsenya ho ebile what purpose do they serve?
E be re nna le di lawn cover, di ground cover tse pedi tsone ke tse leng gore ga o dirise lawn mower da ikgodisela ka botsone e be di spreader. Tsone advantage ya tsone ke gore di evergreen, ha di affectiwe ke di temperature tse di harologaneng. Mo lawning ya rona mo area reng e leng gore re limile re likile ka bojothe gore re tsenye di indigenous plants. Tsote ke dithare tse e leng gore ha e le nako ya dipula di change mathara a teng a nna green, gape di tebe di kgothagana di ha moriti we leng gore mongwe le mongwe a ka o eletsa gore a nne mo gone. E be re nna le dithare tse dingwe gape di succulent plants tse di tshwana le bo di snake plant, bo aloe vera le bo di cactus. E be re nna le di hard material tse leng gore ra di dirisa, na le matapa, medi ya dithare, dithito tsa dithare le tsone le tsone aim ya teng ke go ha that natural feel ya gore o bone gore everything can be used for decoration.
Pauline, ke tsela gore lehilo le le nne le ntle jaana, there is a lot of maintaining that happens. How do you go about the maintenance of the area?
Re dirisa crawl manure ke yone e leng gore re tebe re spread around, then we water more because lone ke so se leng gore sa rata metsi. The more we nosetsang gape the more e golang ka teng, so tshwanetse gore constantly o nne o e mowa. E be go nna le di thare tse leng gore di surroundile these indigenous trees tse leng gore re di jwadile tsone le tsone every time di a gola e be di tswa in shape, so every time we go around them e be re inspect gore how many should be done, then e be re allocate nako ya gore ra ro di shape leng, then also again e be re bona gore re ka add which other colors, more especially ka gore khona o dirisa le bo di petunia gape le bo di marigold.
Lwana jaka o ipanela o tsentse bo ithutile a thing or two about keeping such farms. First things first, to know how to use your environment to your advantage. Jaka le bona all the trees tse di teng ba dirisitse just cutting them and trimming them to make a canopy that can help you so much with the shade, and also using the manure from your farm animals o di tsenya into your grass. The type of grass you use, how it spreads out and it can help you keep it green all throughout the year. Also, one thing that I learned that was very, very good knowledge for myself, knowing how to which trees to keep so you can have evergreen farms. Knowing to choose your succulents and your cactus trees is a very good point when you have harsh weather such as Molintsole Taujana. A thing or two, and you're going to make your farm as beautiful as ever. We'll maybe visiting you very soon, so work on that farm and make it green and lush. I'm gonna get my hands dirty, but I'm a city girl, but today I'm gonna show you that I'm a farm girl. I'm going to mow the lawn. Dumela Botswana, the breakfast show proudly sponsored by Botswana Poster on this beautiful motivational Monday. If you don't know, just know that according to the World Population Review, Botswana has the highest suicide rate in the whole of Southern Africa. So I want this conversation that you should listen to it with empathy, understanding, and open mind as we delve into a book that talks about that a journey that has broken a man, and it's filled with hopefulness as we try to find out how
to go through a stage of depression, a stage of suicidal attempts, 4 suicidal attempts. And he's here to say, I put it in a book to describe what I went through and where I'm going with this. Joining me today, we have the author of The Valley of a Shadow of Death. It sounds dark, and it is dark, but let's say there's a light at the end of the tunnel. His name is Gabete Bahumi. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm fantastic.
I'm here. I'm happy to hear that. You know,
Yeah.
the first thing I said when I heard the description of this book was, wow. After 4 perfectly planned suicide attempts.
Perfectly planned.
Perfectly planned suicide attempts. Okay, and you wrote this all in a book. You describe it. So let's just delve into it and talk about it. Let's talk about the inspiration of the book. What inspired you to say, I've been going through this, but now it's time to write it down?
Yeah, definitely. So in 2020, I fell knee deep into depression. So after going through all of that, I said, okay, now because I'm nearing the end of my healing process, it's only necessary that I show my scars so others can see that they too can heal. So basically when I was writing this book, I was trying to get the word out there, to get my story out there, so that whoever is going through whatever that they're dealing with, they can see it's possible to heal. So basically that's the inspiration.
So that's basically what this book is about.
Definitely.
All right. It's a very deep personal experience, right? And I think every book has a theme. Can we just talk about the theme before we talk about the writing process of it?
Yeah. So because when I sat down to now pen down this book, I had to think about everything that I went through. Like you talked about my perfectly planned suicide attempts. I said, okay, every one of us goes through a valley at some point in life. So geographically speaking, a valley is a depression of land. So even in life, it's like that. You're going to come at a place where you are going to have to go through a valley or a depression.
Yeah.
This is just a phase. I need to emphasize that. It's just a phase. Because there was a time
people say it's a phase, it passes, but yes.
But when you go through it, it will feel like it will never go away. You are there to stay. I always tell people, we don't stay in valleys. We pass through valleys. Because I took this from Psalms 23, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So you are walking through, you are not there to stay. So that's what inspired me to come up with the themes of this book.
It's just the name of the book or how you phrased it is so deep, and I like that you have a deeper understanding and you can explain it to us. So how was the writing process? You have to go back to the first time you tried to commit suicide, or the second time, the third time, the fourth time. I'm sure everybody was feeling that, and you were saying it's your healing journey. That means you're at the end, but going back to that dark place and looking back at it, how was the process for you?
Yeah, because I had to relive those moments way before I penned down this book. So I need to emphasize this, that all of this happened in 2020. All of this for perfect.
So did you suicide attempt in just 1 year?
1 year.
Okay.
All of them happened in 2020. So from 2021 up until last year, because I believe this was my final step in my healing. All of this process, these 3 years, I was just going through counseling. Therapy works. I need to,
thank you.
It does work.
Thank you very much for that.
Also, there were some pastors around me who were praying for me and helped me through all of that. So when I was done with all of that, that's when I said, okay, now I feel like I'm at a point now where I can share my story with the rest of the world. Yeah.
And was it like a hard personal decision to say, this is what I was going through? Because there's a lot of shame in sharing your experience.
It was very difficult because, remember, I stripped myself naked in this book.
Yes, you know.
Because I talk even about the sexual abuse that I went through at the hands of a prophet.
You went deep,
a so-called prophet, a so-called prophet. Human church is a place where it's supposed to be a safe place. It's a place where we go for refuge. But now imagine you go through something of this sort, and I'm a man. When you come out to talk about your abuse, sexual abuse, you know how people will take it. But I decided God is trying to do something through this book. Let me just avail my story out there, and I hope to help somebody.
My ears just perked up, House sexual abuse, but what are some of the other themes that you talk about in this book? There's not only sexual abuse, there's traumas. What other traumas did you go through to find yourself deep in depression?
Yeah, because I also talk about childhood traumas because I had to be honest with myself and to go back to the roots of where everything started. Because you know there is a problem with trying to solve just the surface or what appears before you then. There's always something deep. So I had to go to my childhood and start right from there. The abuse that I witnessed when I was growing up, and also the challenges that I faced in life, business constraints, financial mistakes that I made along the way, me losing my businesses, losing my car when I was trying to commit suicide, because the first suicide attempt was through a car.
We're going to get into
so
those right
all
now.
of those things, those are the things that I had to revisit and just lay them out there.
When I started this conversation, I said a lot of people should listen to this conversation with empathy, understanding, and with an open mind. Suicidal ideation, they don't understand what is that thought process behind it. From the outside, and I think a lot of families struggle to see people around them. How do I navigate through this? So please tell me about the feelings you go through when you have suicidal ideation.
Yeah, because remember, depression. I had never been depressed before, so I knew sadness. I didn't know depression, so I was dealing with a very foreign feeling, and it was very deep. Like you put it was deep and dark. I was at a very lonely place. I was isolated. That's sign number one you can look out for. People who usually isolate themselves. The things that they enjoy doing as a toleba di rata motho a te onna hela a o itse re ke motho a ratang go tshameka bolo kana go socialize as a thola bata. Because I spent most of 2020 mo roomong ya me. You can imagine I had friends
in silence, in darkness.
Ke ne ke dule mo social media, ke dule mo Facebook, ke robile di SIM card. I was nowhere to be found. Le batho hela ba bangwe ba hakgamala ba mpona hore why are you kante malatsing, because I had to go through that, and gape you tiredness a thing o ka re like you are carrying something on your shoulders o tsogela maphakela, you are just exhausted, mo sa bereka sepe physically demanding. So those are some of the things that I went through. Insomnia was one of them.
Hypersomnia where they sleep the whole day.
And then yeah, so those are some of the things that I went through. And living inside your head, mo headache intense. So some of those things experience, and hallucinations, those ones were the worst.
Wow.
Because yeah, that's when I know I really do need help.
Okay, that was your bathroom floor moment, the moment that you said, I need to do something now.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, it was.
We are reviewing the value of the shadow of death, talking about overcoming depression, suicidal ideation, anxiety, and everything that comes with going through trauma in your life, dealing with it, and coming up after that. So let's talk about coping mechanisms. Most people that deal with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, they find the not coping mechanisms, right? The bad coping mechanisms, right? Taking drugs, and that's where we see our youth going. So let's talk about what are the specific coping mechanisms that you can recommend or say, Nyama, these are the ones that can help you.
I love it how some are negative coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Because now I've done all of them. But eventually I had to reach a point where somebody reached out. Like I said before, therapy works. And especially men, we should open up and talk. So I had, because mine was severe, I was hallucinating. So I had to be seen by a psychiatrist first, and then I saw psychologists and counselors. My pastors came through, and also support system.
I was about to ask about how important a support system
we are social beings, so Ghana psychology says you're an average of 5 people you interact with. So surround yourself with people by long they will put something, they will build something new.
I wish I could have a longer conversation with you because I feel like this book is actually spectacular. It touches everything that we need to be talking about, especially in Botswana, seeing how high the suicide rates are. But unfortunately, we are out of time. Can you, in the last 30 seconds, what message you're trying to convey through this book and where we can get it?
Yeah, so this is a story of hope, of grace, of restoration. So to Botswana out there, you can heal. Wounds do heal. I'm a testament of that. Wounds do heal. So the book is available. People can get in touch with me on Facebook. I'm KBK, CBK. Also, on 77353-307. Also, be launching the book in Francistown Saturday, 4 p.m.
I'll actually be in Francistown. I saw hello. Congratulations. I'm happy you're happy.
Thank you so
yes,
much.
and I love the message that you are pushing through with mental health. All right.
Thank you so
and
much.
that is the message that we have today. Whatever you're going through, right, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's okay to say, I'm not okay. Find help. Therapy does work, and men do speak out. People do want to see you alive, well, and happy. Don't forget that. And Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show, we make sure that, you know that every morning when we're here, And just like that, your Monday morning has been blessed with nothing but inspiration and great smiles from me and Risoko on the breakfast show this morning. That was your smile?
That one, it was a fake one, but in terms of me smiling.
All right, that's it. I love it. I'm hoping that you've learned a thing or two about from our conversations today, because you know what, there's hope, there's restoration, there's also things you can learn about codependency, and all things that I know is Botswana right now is the third unhappiest country in the world. We are fighting every morning to make sure that we're putting smiles on your faces, to make sure that Nyame, with the years, third in the world, nope.
Maybe we'll become third in the happiest.
Happiest, not from the bottom, but from the top.
From the top.
Yes.
But anyway, congratulations on winning last week's Choppies hamper. Robertson and bring your ID. You get to redeem your hamper. Ensure that they have your ID, their ID. Remember that we will be having Choppies also this coming Friday, so ensure that you keep it locked right here on the Dumela Botswana Breakfast Show. This show, happens to you Monday all the way through to Friday between 6 and 8.
So can we smile away and start the day?
You know what? Have yourself a beautiful day. Good
morning to you.
The Morning Show is proudly brought to you by Botswana Post. Rise and shine.
On how I see things. One thing that people should understand is that such summits are not meant to spoon feed, but are meant to create an opportunity for you as an individual to, you know, take something home. And usually you find that in a mass population of people that would have attended, or maybe 10, 20 of people actually took something from it because they knew why they are going there. You know, I think that is the basis where we need to always get into. Why are you attending the summit in the first place? You need to have goals to attend a summit. So the emergence of new summits and, you know, conferences that are coming up, they're not basically for you to be spoon-fed.